Good afternoon.
And ma'am, can you please pull the microphone down close to your mouth? Thank you.
We as a San Francisco citizen, we came for about number 32, Comfort Woman Day, excuse me, September 22nd, 2017. Thank you. Thanks for opportunity to speak. Dear Board of Supervisors, we are the people who select you. Hope you thought will be equal to everyone. Where I strongly protest against resolution declaring September 22nd, 2017 as Comfort Woman Day in San Francisco City. Please think about the history of war. Don't pick up only Japan, what they did. How about Europe, or even United States in Philippines, or Korea in Philippines, or other country about comfort women? Today, our society needs peace in the world, not against each other. Time to hold a hand together and help each other to bring San Francisco City to be a great city. I'm a San Francisco citizen. You listen, some of the reporters sometimes write, rightist group or whatever. We was not rightist group or left either. Declare for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon. I just want to speak about a Comfort Women's Day. A dear member of the City of Supervisor, I strongly oppose the establishment of the September 22nd as the annual Comfort Woman Day in the city. This plan serves no purpose other than engaging in geopolitics on behalf of other interests and dividing our community. While mentioning human trafficking, we should also include men, not women and girls alone. There are a lot of undocumented immigrants who have been forced to work under horrible conditions in California and even in our city. And there is the issue of black slaves. I wonder why the same logic the Board of Supervisors has not initiated any resolution or proposal to set a day in honor of the black slaves. The Pacific Ocean War ended more than 70 years ago. There was no movement or proposal to establish a so-called Comfort Woman statue or Comfort Woman Day on the 50th anniversary of the end of the Pacific War. We have to ask why now? Is it now a struggle in the city for influence between the two most powerful countries in Asia? I firmly believe, however, that the city should not engage in geopolitics on behalf of foreign interests. The proposal to establish the so-called Comfort Woman Day in our city is perceived by many, particularly in the Japanese community, as part of the campaign by some interest to smear Japan and its people. It should be noted that Japan has played a positive and very constructive.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing. Next speaker, please.
Hello. My name is Miyoko McDavid. I strongly oppose resolution declaring September 22nd as a Comfort Woman Day in the city and the county of San Francisco. This subject of comfort woman is not simply women's issue, but political dispute between Korea and Japan. Many facts have been distorted and exaggerated. The issue is politically, socially sensitive and controversial subject. It is unnecessary to introduce an icon of foreign political dispute into our city of San Francisco. The content of this resolution is not accurate historically, and it is unfairly written. It is biased for only one side. Please stop bashing one country, adding inaccurate Comfort Women history into the resolution. Establishing Comfort Women Day in San Francisco could bring hatred and disharmony into our community. Different ethnic groups in San Francisco should join together and should focus on building a better community with harmony, not racial conflicts. As a supervisor, your role is crucial and so important to make a good decision for our community. We trust your discerning sense of good historical judgment. I urge you that you will not adopt the Comfort Women Day resolution. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Junko, and I'll make it simple. But I came here to beg all of you to research the truth before you made a judgment, anything. But especially this issue, the comfort women, because this is the very sensitive issue between South Korea and Japan. So please don't make a mistake. That's all I just wanted to beg all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hello. I am strongly against the item number 32, Comfort Women Day. The Hate Japan education in China and Korea has been promoting anti-Japan movement even in the US 70 years after the last war. Historically, history shouldn't be created, fabricated, or hidden by certain countries' government in the United States. Please do not allow foreign countries' government to bring their propaganda to San Francisco. There are plenty of documents which clearly prove that the story described in this item didn't occur. One of the items is this. Real freedom, true human rights, and true history should be valued in San Francisco City. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak. And I'm talking in regards to this item 32, the Comfort Women Day. And I am strongly against this resolution declaring September 22nd as Comfort Women Day in the city and county of San Francisco. This Comfort Women issue deals with matter between foreign governments and has nothing to do with San Francisco. And moreover, this matter was settled. At the end of 2015, South Korea and Japan officially put the Comfort Women issue to rest, putting an end to the rift that separated the two countries. And this historic agreement still stands today and remains important to U.S. foreign policies as we seek to unite American allies in the Asian Pacific region as we face North Korea, which is a serious threat right now. And this establishing the Comfort Women's Day within the city effectively undermines the delicate international agreement reached by South Korea and Japan and reopens a rift in thawing relationship between the two countries. And it was, in fact, the United States which acted as the mediator for this historic agreement. So, put it simply, this is a bad foreign policy, and it's a move, and this could result in a serious consequence in this international relationship. So therefore, I ask you not to adopt this issue. Comfort Women Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm strongly against Comfort Women Day in the city and the county of San Francisco. There are many factual errors. Comfort Woman issue started by Asahi Shimbun, newspaper in Japan. They spread the story based on Seiji Yoshida's book, My War Crime, Forcing Transportation of Koreans, published in 1983. Before that, there had been no such story. Later, Yoshida himself admitted it was a lie. He fabricated the story to earn money. In 1989, Yoshida's book was translated into Korean. This is a newspaper, Ched newspaper, put an article that Yoshida's story had been a lie. A Japanese historian, Ikuhiko Hata, also visited and inquired at Jeju Island and proved that Yoshida's story had been a lie. On August 5th, 2014, Asahi Shimbun newspaper also admitted that Yoshida's story was fabrication. So I believe San Francisco must not make a historical judgment without verifications. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm strongly against Comfort Woman Day in San Francisco. You are allowing North Korean political maneuvering in Chinese Communist Party in China to secretly influence San Francisco citizens. This resolution will create racial conflict and definitely weaken a tie between Japan and the United States alliance, promoting democracy in the world. Before 1990, there was not a story of comfort woman in Korea. It all started from Yoshida's book that was translated in Korean in 1989. Even Jeju Korean newspaper wrote that Yoshida's story was a lie. And in 2014, Asahi newspaper, the major Japanese newspaper, officially admitted this article or story, Yoshida's story, was fabrication. Let's stop making a false judgment without verification. At the end, are you really sure you want to add more power to Chinese Communist government in China and North Korea's totalitarian president in this midst of very, very serious crisis? Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak my opinion. I oppose the item number 32, the proposal of Comfort Women Day. This great democratic San Francisco City Council is making a decision which affects now and into future generations only negatively from my point of view. And this basically, mostly decision is made on, there are many, many facts, but the one based on this so-called comfort woman, Miss Lee Young-soo's statement and her appearance. I know she has appeared in the city council. She has changed her statement at least 14 times or more over same things. And here is the excerpt I researched. Actually, it's not only 14 and 20 times she has changed. And can you trust her statement and her appearance for the historical facts which affect generation to come? So please, member of City Council, supervisors, please review the fact. And for example, the newest thing is Asahi newspaper, who is correcting fabrications. Anyway, I really thankful for the tie between Japan and the United States for democratic country and human rights. Let's keep a strong tie. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. And next speaker, please.
Good afternoon, supervisors. I too will talk on behalf of item number 32. The Comfort Women Memorial Day is against the spirit of an international deal between Asian countries. We all have been pursuing a future-oriented global relationship, and such Memorial Day can create conflict between Chinese and Korean background and Japanese background citizens here in this multicultural society of San Francisco, known by its love to its citizens that has been accepting immigrants from all over the globe, Asians, Latinos, and Europeans. Back in the days when Europe had colonies all over the world, there were wars and religious conflicts. However, in order to build a future, people overcame them. Otherwise, further steps would not be possible. But if you want to talk about the past, we should then create memorial days for every single country and people in the past that were under war and colonialism. America and its native citizens are examples of that. We need to widen our vision and think about the world rather than a specific group or ethnicity. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please, Mr. DaCosta.
My name is Francisco DaCosta, and I represent the First People of San Francisco. During public comment, it would be respectful for all the supervisors to pay attention. But some of you supervisors can see that right as I am speaking, some people are not paying attention. And that's going to come to bite you all in the butt. Now, let me make it very clear. If you represent the people, you need to do it with empirical data. Just like I saw some of you all jump on the bandwagon on DACA, not knowing that President Obama, through fiat, brought about DACA and then sunsetted it for 2 years, got out of office, and created a mess. So yesterday, when the astute DACA students told Nancy Pelosi what she needed to hear, because I see many of y'all like lapdogs hovering around Nancy Pelosi and thinking that she is a leader when she is not. You've heard some women today talk about empirical data, comfort women. You'll just jump on the bandwagon and forget that it takes time to heal, and it's very bad to open wounds at this time where many of the women have stated in their own way what is right and what is wrong. As usual, before I finish, you have two supervisors there still conducting themselves disrespectfully. A shame.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments.
Very much.
Thank you for sharing. Before the next speaker, are there any other members of the public who would like to address the board during general public comment? Please step up. Mr. Gilberti. SFG TV overhead, please.
Okay, Tom Gilberti, please, no boxes approaching an intersection on the right-hand side. There was one at Hayes and Van Ness coming from the east, this Van Ness and Market, and it was reduced to a smaller box. But still, any box hides young folks, little folks, short people, and people in wheelchairs. Thank you. The state is fighting the federal government on environmental issues, climate control issues, national parks, DACA, sanctuary. I'm asking the city to do the same against the state. Rent control, Bay Area needs it. Ellis Act evictions, San Francisco, the Bay Area needs it. Non-cause evictions, the Bay Area, San Francisco needs it. Community housing versus housing to make developers and real estate property owners very rich. The community has a value in this situation here now. I heard the mayor just a couple of minutes ago. It was the value of this land is too valuable for people that are living and working in San Francisco to be a part of. They can't afford it. That's a scheme. We need to address that issue. And that's a property reduction. I mean, we're restricting property. Well, that's been done twice before. If you were black, when George Washington was around, you were a piece of property. Same as if you were a woman. If you were raped as a woman, you, instead of being a criminal, you paid a fine to the owner of the woman, the husband, the father.
Thank you. Are there any other members of the public who'd like to provide public comment at this time? Seeing none, public comment is now closed. Madam Clerk, let's go to the items for adoption without reference to committee.
Items 31 through 43 are on the adoption without committee reference agenda. A unanimous vote today is required for adoption of these resolutions and motions. Any supervisor may require a resolution to go to committee.
Supervisor Fuhr?
Thank you very much. I'd like to sever item number 32, please.
Supervisor Peskin?
43.
43? What about 42?
I'm happy to sever item 42. I don't know what we're going to discuss.
I'll just sever it, and then it'll be easy. Thank you. On the remaining items, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On items 31 through 43, minus 43 and 32, Supervisor Kim.
32, 42, and 43.
Supervisor Kim. Kim, aye. Supervisor Peskin?
Aye.
Peskin, aye. Supervisor Ronan? Ronan, aye. Supervisor Sheehy?
Aye.
Sheehy, aye. Supervisor Yee?
Aye.
Yee, aye. Supervisor Breed?
Aye.
Breed, aye. Supervisor Cohen?
Aye.
Cohen, aye. Supervisor Fuhr?
Aye.
Fuhr, aye. There are 8 ayes.
Those items are adopted unanimously. Madam Clerk, read item number 32, please.
Item 32 is a resolution to declare September 22nd, 2017 as Comfort Women Day in the city and county of San Francisco.
Supervisor Fuhr.
Thank you, President Breed. Colleagues, I have an amendment before you that I passed out. The amendment strikes item 16, line 16, that says, whereas the Japanese government to this day has never officially apologized to those survivors, and I'd like to strike that, please. So I'd like to make a motion to offer this amendment to strike line 16.
Okay, Supervisor Fuhr has made a motion to amend, seconded by Supervisor Yee. Seeing no other names on the roster, colleagues, can we take this item, same house, same call?
Excuse me.
Oh, Supervisor Yee.
I just thank you, Supervisor Fuhr, for bringing this to us. I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor.
Thank you, Supervisor Yee. Colleagues, can we take this item, same house, same call? Without objection, the resolution as amended is adopted unanimously. Madam Clerk, read item number 42, please.
Item 42 is a motion that the Board of Supervisors convene in closed session on October 3rd, 2017 with the Department of Human Resources regarding labor negotiations of the city's open labor contracts.
Supervisor Peskin.
Madam President, colleagues, given the board's agenda for October the 3rd, I would like to amend this to have it be at a time certain at 3 p.m.
Okay. Madam Clerk, for the forward board calendar, are there any appeals?
There are several on the forward calendar, Madam President, however, not all of them. So Peralta, 639 Peralta Street is on the forward calendar, and I understand public comment will have to be taken on that matter, despite the recent changes that are occurring there.
And what else?
There are two items, 2505 Noriega Street, a CEQA and a CU authorization, which are also on the forward calendar.
So can we move that time up? How long will this item take?
For that agenda, Madam President, we could plan to schedule the labor negotiation 3 p.m. special order first, and then go to the conditional use authorization and the CEQA items.
Okay. Supervisor Peskin?
Madam President, I don't believe that it will take any longer than 30 minutes.
Okay. And Madam Clerk, just for clarity, is there any way to move those other 3 p.m. special orders specifically to 3:30 as well?
The Noriega Street items are scheduled for 4:30, but the Peralta will be at 3 p.m.
Okay, there's only one 3 p.m.
That is correct.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Supervisor Peskin has made a motion to amend. Is there a second? Seconded by Supervisor Sheehy. Colleagues, can we take that without objection? Without objection, the amendment passes. And on the item as amended, can we take that same House, same call? Without objection, the motion as amended is adopted unanimously. Item number 43.
Item 43 is a motion to adopt findings reversing the Planning Commission's certification of the final environmental impact report for the San Francisco's Public Utilities Commission's proposed Alameda Creek recapture project.
Supervisor Peskin.
Thank you, Madam President, colleagues, and thank you for your participation in the CEQA appeal that was brought by the Alameda County Water District that we discussed on September the 5th. I have reviewed the findings and the motion, and I believe they reflect the deliberations and findings that we made on September 5th. Contrary to the statements, and I wish that they are still here, made by staff of the Alameda County Water District, I think this does reflect what I intended. I do, however, want to encourage the parties, our PUC, our planning department that is charged with doing the additional CEQA analysis, and the Alameda County Water District, to try to work together collaboratively. I realize things are a little tense. Obviously, based on the decision that we made last week, the EIR will be recirculated. As I said on September 5th, or 2 weeks ago, whatever day it was, I am hopeful that the parties will go back to a collaborative relationship that they once enjoyed. I am troubled by some of the statements made by ACWD staff today, but to that end, colleagues, and I'm not interested, nor did I say that planning would enlist their help in obtaining the independent third party. If the independent third party is deemed to have not done a good job, if the EIR changes that Mr. Kern is working on are not sufficient, God forbid, you can appeal it again, and we will make that determination in our sole and absolute discretion pursuant to Chapter 31 of the Administrative Code. However, I would like to add on page 4 at line 21, this is the further moved, a little bit of language which would have planning work with the Alameda Creek Fisheries Restoration Work Group. So it would read as follows, and it's before all of you colleagues. Further moved, in conducting any such additional environmental analysis, the Planning Department shall enlist an independent third-party review of the groundwater surface water model to determine if the current model adequately and accurately analyzes the fisheries issues as required by CEQA, and insert the following, and to present the results of such review to the Alameda Creek Fisheries Restoration Work Group. And the rest remains, so I'd like to rise to make that one amendment and again encourage the parties to work collaboratively together. I mean, this is our PUC, this is our project. I would love for you to work with them collaboratively and in consultation with them Things are not good right now, but I suggest that ACWD be a part of the solution.
Thank you, Supervisor Peskin. Supervisor Peskin has made a motion to amend. Is there a second? Seconded by Supervisor Fewer. Colleagues, can we take the amendment without objection? Without objection, the amendment passes unanimously. And on the item as amended, can we take that same House, same call? Without objection, the motion as amended is adopted unanimously. Madam Clerk, please read the in memoriams.
Madam President, there were none submitted.
Okay, this brings us to the end of our agenda. Is there any other business before us?
That concludes our business for today.
Thank you, everyone. We are adjourned.